Have you ever thought that you had all this potential inside and it just feels like it's blocked, like there's this invisible wall that you keep coming up against and you're not really sure, how do I embrace this potential? Let's find out in this video on what the difference is between potential and action potential. I am Jennifer Evans with Empowering Wellness Counseling Solutions, and we're talking about potential and action potentials today. And action potential is this ball of energy that actually helps the cells to move, to go from one cell and to express into another. And so these neurons are creating all of these action potentials so that we can kind of get things done. And oftentimes I feel like there are these seasons in our lives where like the spring is coming and we have all this action potential, we have all this energy, this ATP that is built up and ready to be utilized so that whatever cell, whatever gene, whatever's happening can be expressed. And I feel like there are times where we have this potential, this idea like there's things that are so much bigger than us. Like we were born to be great. We were born to do something spectacular. And yet we feel like we're not really sure what that is and where it's supposed to be going and what our purpose really is. We just know that we weren't supposed to just trudge the line day in and day out, that we were supposed to have a more exciting life. And it becomes very fear-inducing. Remember, there are 4 barriers that trauma bring to success, and that is fear of success, fear of failure, self-sabotage, and scarcity mindset. And so this fog comes over us. It's like we know we can harness all of this potential, and yet the fog is over us and we can't see through it. We can't see clearly what that is and what to do with it. And so I say that there's a line between potential and action potential, this idea that we should be doing more and we can and we have so much capacity, and this ability to actually have the energy and the drive to express what is needed in order to achieve that potential. And so we get stuck in the idea of this potential and we limit and disconnect from all of the action potential. And so what we're trying to do is find ways to energize ourselves, energize our teams, energize those around us, so that not only are we tapping into our ATP, but we're allowing others to tap into theirs. Because remember, it's not about the outcomes. We have no control over the outcomes. We have control over the processes. And the whole point of life is to put out as many processes as you possibly can so that you make yourself available to others and help them achieve their outcomes, and you make yourself available so others can come to you and help you achieve your outcomes. And so if you think of us as these little potential shops, right? We have these potential markets and these potential booths, and we're not really sure yet what we're selling, but we know we're always selling ourselves. A good Willy Loman, right? Death of a Salesman reference. We're always selling ourselves. It's not about exactly what we market. It matters how we are marketing ourselves, because people are ultimately buying you. They're not buying your product, they're buying you. And so what you want to be able to do is let go of what your booth is, what you are selling, and come back to what your values are and what it is that you are that you're selling for yourself. And that means, who are you? What are your values? What do you want to put out there? What processes do you want to put out there? And how do they relate to your own values? And as you start to clarify these things, then you understand how these cellular structures start to really mirror human transformation. That at the exact moment when potential can actually convert to action. And that is connecting back to those core values. Getting back to, what is it that I ultimately want? What gives me joy? If I imagine my perfect day, this comes from solution-focused therapy, the miracle question. Imagine your perfect day. What would you be doing? What wouldn't you be doing? If you had your best day, what would you be doing? Would you still be working? Would you be working for the same company? Would you be doing the same job? What would your hobbies be? What would you want to get involved in if you didn't have any judgment or any holding back? What would you want to get into? What would be your passion? And as you look at that and as you explore that, you realize that these dreams, this miracle question, doesn't have a temporal limit. There's not 24 hours in this day. It's not chronos, it's kairos. It means that it's a feeling and an experience. The time really doesn't matter and the typical standard of 24-hour days. It also expands into kind of everything that you enjoy. And the goal of life isn't to do all of those things every day. We do live by chronos time, unfortunately. Instead, it's trying to extract pieces of that you can emulate every day. And that's where zooming out really comes in. So, in my perfect day, I am definitely involved in nature. I'm probably taking pictures of some wildlife or something that is beautiful and way beyond my ability to fathom it and how it got here. And that majesty really, really gets my boat rolling. I don't know what to tell you. I really love the beauty of nature and just being lost in the embrace of it. I would be doing this. I love what I do. I love sharing and helping others. I love being creative. I like taking pictures. I like doing my infographics. I'm kind of a nerd. I love that Canva and those infographics that I create for you. I would probably do some painting. I like mixed media, so I would be bringing in paint. I'd probably be bringing in the elements of nature and creating and my images and creating collages, kind of bringing in all of the media together. I would be getting back into ceramics, and I would definitely have my kiln and my potter's wheel right there at the helm. I would probably have like an ordered house, but it would not be a major part. It would probably be a very small part because I like having my block schedule. So I would want to have some kind of routine happening. And the point is that it comes down to my 3 values is self-care, helping others, and being creative. Kind of this freedom of being able to do whatever, and that comes with helping others and then being creative. And what I find is if I do 2 things a day, I can match and intentionally do all 3 of those values. And I don't do all of them, but I do a few of them. And I intentionally want to kind of check off that I'm doing things that are related to my values. And what that does is it takes me from all the things I should and could be doing, anxious thought, to the things that I do, the things that actually give me value and meaning. And as it gives me value and meaning, then it transforms how I look at my day. I don't look at my day anymore as being overwhelmed and there's too much to do. I'm writing books, I'm building groups, I'm doing individual therapy and coaching, I'm marketing, I've got a business, I'm doing another consulting business, I've got my photography business, and instead of seeing it as like, whoa girl, you do way too much and you need self-care, I do have a lot of self-care. I purposely build all of it. And instead of looking at it for all that I have to do, I look at it for what I get to do and how I've accomplished things. And I may not get to everything, but I'm gonna get to a lot of things because I don't have this weight of potential weighing me down. I have action potentials that are constantly firing and getting me up and getting me going. So I ask you, are you stuck in a potential, or are you stuck in an action potential? And do you want to get in a place where you are constantly firing and you're gaining energy, you're gaining motivation, you're gaining value, you're gaining capacity, getting that growth mindset, self-compassion, and radical acceptance, emotional resilience, which will get you everywhere in life? And if that's something you want, then click down in the video descriptions. I have my books in there that you can look at. I've got a link for a free 15-minute wellness insight where you tell me what it is you want, and I'll tell you exactly how to get to it. And it may not include my services, but it could. And there's a lot of things that I can do to help you, and there's a lot of things you can do to help yourself. I am Jennifer Evans with Empowering Wellness Counseling Solutions. Thank you so much.